Hi everyone, Matt Watson here from CarWow. So I'm here with a Hyundai i30 Fastback N. Yeah, I've said that correctly. It's not i30N Fastback, otherwise Hyundai will get very cross. So will people on the forums apparently. Now obviously I'm going to review it, and to do that I'm going to talk you around the design upgrades over the normal Fastback. Oh look, we've got an extra inch. Oh, show you what's new inside. It's a stitch up. A sporty red stitch up. Tell you what's good about it, it's more configurable than my phone. What's not good about it, that could be annoying. And of course I'm going to test its performance. Yeehaw! Now this car starts from £30,000. However, you can save an average of £2,000 off one through CarWow. However, that is for a factory order. We also do used and nearly new cars. In fact, this car was an ex-demo because it was bought by this chap over here, Souvik. So Souvik, you bought this car, ex-demo. How many miles did it have on the clock?
Just under 2,000.
Just under 2,000. And what did you pay for it?
£23,000.
£23,000 for this car? That is a bargain, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah.
So if you know of someone who's looking to buy a new car, or you are looking for one yourself, where should you go, Souvik?
Just go to CarWow.
Yeah, definitely. Now you can do that by clicking on the pop-out banner up there or following the link below the video. Let's start this review by talking about the design. It's based on the normal i30 Fastback, which means you have this swooping rear end, which is just a little bit more sophisticated than the normal i30 hatchback. But then you've got the N additions. You've got a sporty bootlit spoiler there. You've got your N badging. You've got a deeper rear bumper with a diffuser. Oh, how sporty is that? And there's two exhaust pipes, plus they're real. The only bit of fakery around the back is this bit here, which isn't too bad really. Then as you move down the sides, you'll notice the alloy wheels. They are 19 inches as standard. Interestingly, the i30N hatchback starts off with 18-inch alloy wheels. Then you have some N side skirts, yet again more N badging. Car sits low to the ground, the standard Fastback makes it look meaner. You've got red brake calipers. Then moving on to the front, the car comes as standard with LED headlights. You've got an N grille with more N badging, just in case you'd forgotten already. There's a front splitter with a red stripe and it looks really sporty. And here, look, there's some more vintage. Helps cool the brakes. How cool is that? I tell you what, which do you think looks the best? The Fastback version of the N or the hatchback version? Click up there and vote. Let me know. I want to see what you think. Here on the inside, upgrades include yet more N's. Nah, and nah. Yeah, then there's the red stitching everywhere. Red stitching. And then there's some more red, like accents here on the air vents. And you get an N steering wheel, so it's a bit more sporty, and a sportier gear knob as well with a bit of metal on it, and what seems to be one of those dead ahead stripes that you normally have on the steering wheel, but maybe Hyundai owners just want to check that their knob is straight. Other upgrades, of course, include these sport seats, which are nice to sit in actually, though they seem to have like a bib. I don't know, do they dribble their food down them? I don't know, it's very odd. On the steering wheel, you have some specific drive mode buttons, including a special N button there as well. One more thing, look, we have some aluminium pedals, which feel suitably sporty, and some sportier floor mats. And that's about it over the normal car. It's all right inside, but it just doesn't feel as plush as a Golf GTI. In fact, if you want to see my full in-depth video review of the VW Golf GTI TCR model, no less, click on the pop-out banner up there. Here in the back, the N theme continues with some sporty mats, seats that are like those in the front, more red stitching. I can't seem to find any N badges, but they forget to fit them. Other than that, it's i30 Fastback, business as usual, so all right knee room, but look, oh dear, headroom is a bit tight if you lean back due to that sloping roofline. So if that's a problem for you, click it there on the pop-out banner to watch my detailed review of the i30N hatchback. It's a bit more roomy for headroom. Yeah. One area this car is better than the hatchback is the boot capacity. It's about 12% larger. There's a bit of functionality as well, so you've got your 12-volt sockets there, things to hang stuff off. I think they're known as hooks in the trade. And some tie-down points as well. One issue though is the huge boot lip, which really does mean you have to, oh come on. Oh, I'm really just over-egging that, aren't I? Sorry. Serves me right. A crap actor that can't even lean on a car properly. Anyway, that's a bit annoying. And that brings me on to 5 other annoying things about this car. This rear strut brace is great for making the car stiffer. Yeah. It's not so good when it comes to trying to shove heavy items to the front of the car when you've got it fully loaded. It all gets in the way. Now, while everyone knows what a GTI is or a Type R, they're going to wonder what the heck an N is. So you have to explain it's the performance version of a Hyundai, and the N stands for the fact that the car was conceived in Namyang, Korea, and developed at the Nürburgring. Now I flinch because normally whenever I mention Nürburgring, someone kicks me in the arse, because it's a kind of rule that I had. But fortunately, there's no one around here to do that. Bugger off. If you're the kind of person that likes to have the car on maximum attack all the time and drive around in the sportiest N mode setting, you might find it a touch annoying that when you turn the car off and on again, it automatically defaults to the blooming normal mode. So then you have to press the button to put it back into N mode just as you want it. And I'll tell you what, I'm far too busy to be pressing buttons. There are only two standard paint colours, red or white. If you don't like those, then you have to pay £600 extra for something else, such as this grey. They wouldn't go for this, I would go for the light blue. It's far cooler. Sorry, Souvik, but it's true. Unlike all this car's competitors, you cannot get an automatic gearbox. Yes, I know manuals are more fun, but some people want an auto. And so if you do, yeah, you're gonna have to discount this car.
Don't worry, there's still plenty to like about this car. Here's the carwow 5 core features.
You get a lovely sounding sports exhaust as standard. You don't have to pay extra for it like you do on some other manufacturers' cars. Audi, BMW, Volkswagen, oh sorry. Yeah, also there's no soft limiter like in many competitors, so you can just sit at the lights scaring the bejeebers out of the pedestrians. You get performance brakes and a limited slip differential, which is electrically controlled, so it responds very quickly for maximum traction out of corners. The suspension is lower and stiffer than the standard i30 Fastback. Also, you have adaptive dampers as standard. This car's driving settings are completely customizable, so you can mix and match the engine settings, the rev matching, the E limited slip differential, the exhaust sound, the suspension, the steering feel, and the stability control between loads of different parameters, so you can have it set up exactly as you want it. You decide, not Hyundai, which I think is really, really good, and other manufacturers don't let you do that. In fact, someone has worked out that there are 20,000 different combinations. Yeah, whoever that was is way more boring than me. I'm too busy just like having fun reviewing cars, yeah. This car uses a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with 275 horsepower and up to 380 newton meters of torque. Yeah, so those performance figures are pretty decent considering this car's reasonable price. Let's see just how quick this car is to 60 miles an hour. So I'm going to launch it. I feel a bit bad doing this to someone's actual car. Normally they're press cars, doesn't matter so much, but this is in the name of proper car testing, okay? Sorry, Souvik, it has to be done. This actually has a sort of launch control as well. You just floor the throttle, then sidestep the clutch. We'll see what happens, and I'll measure the time. My specialist timing gear here, so. Oh, that hurt it. Come on. Come on. Oh, it really bogged down. I want to do it again, but it's not my car. That did it. In 7.1 seconds. Shall we give it another go? I promise I'll buy you a new clutch if there's a problem later, Souvik, okay? I'm just going to reset this. Put into first, and hold it on the handbrake and try and manage the throttle. Let's see what happens. It's not great, spinning up its wheels. Bugger! Got the exact same bloody time! Yeah, another 7.1 seconds, bang on. Special it in 6.1 seconds, so a whole second behind. Bugger it, I'm gonna give it one last go. Come on. Use the launch control again. No, bogged again. Come on! No, 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 no. No, no, no. It is 7.1 seconds again. Right, that's it. That's what it does. I don't care what Hyundai says. It's nothing to do with me. It's their fault. Definitely. Right, that's enough of that. I don't want to destroy Souvik's car. Hopefully, he won't be too mad when he sees this. It's time to find out what this hot hatch sorry, hot fastback is like on a twisty road. So I've got it in N mode with the suspension in the firmest setting. I wouldn't normally do that because it's really, really firm and it just bounces down the road, but this bit of tarmac is dead smooth, so I can get away with it, and it does keep the car flatter. So first thing to note is the steering's really sharp. It does turn in well. The car has plenty of grip, but it does still move around beneath you a bit. It's such a hooligan, this thing. Whoa, whoa, oh, understeer there. But I just lifted off a bit and it tightened its line, which is a good thing. Shows it's a playful chassis. I've also got the car with the rev matching on. Now, generally with a manual, I want to heel and toe myself, but the pedals are perhaps a little bit far apart for me. I can do it, but it's just a bit easier letting the car do it itself. So I can concentrate on just driving like a It is a real laugh. And every time you change gear or lift off the throttle, you get gunfire coming out the exhaust. It's like you're fleeing from a war zone. Whoa! Finally, let's talk about what this car's like as a daily driver. So I'm going to come out of Extreme N mode and go into my own custom version, which basically has the engine in the sportiest setting and the diff and the exhaust sound, but the steering and the suspension is in the comfy setting, which is much better for just cruising around. Now the suspension is still quite fun, but it's not bad at all. It's not quite as soft as a Golf GTI in its comfort setting, but don't forget you have to pay extra for that on the Golf. Also, this car is just so fully loaded to make your everyday life so nice. I've got heated steering wheel, seats, the seats are electric. I've got cruise control and it'll steer to keep me in lane. I've got a reversing camera, all-round parking sensors. The gearbox in town can get a bit hard work, shall we say. It's very mechanical and notchy. Superb when you're caning it because it's just, like I say, mechanical. You feel involved with it. But for day-to-day driving, it could do with maybe being a bit slicker, a little less heavy. Minor complaint. Another minor complaint is a bit of tire noise when you're going quickly. But yeah, it's all right. And when you need to overtake, just drop it down and off you go again. Yeah, ring it out. Watch those rev lights. That's it, change up. I like this car. It does so much for really so very little money. It is an absolute bargain. Souvik chose well. So then, what's my final verdict on the i30 Fastback N? Well, do you know what? I think it's a really, really good car. It's fun to drive. It looks more sophisticated than the hatchback. It's incredible value for money for what you're getting, especially if, like Souvik, you get it through CarWow. Just saying. So if you're looking to buy a new car or you know someone who is, they should head to... Where should they head, Souvik?
CarWow.
They should definitely head to CarWow. And you can do that. Come on. Right. Say cheese. Cheese. Yeah.